Friend is teaching him some bad habits.
The role of Edward Quartermain is temporarily being played by Les Tremaine.
Oh, good Lord, Alan. I don't have to be helped down the stairs.
Father, listen to me.
My
You are
stroke
weak.
is the
You
problem.
are weak. You have had a temperature. Forget about it.
Besides, we don't want to see you. Bolt right back to your room and stay there.
Well, if you think I'm going to the hospital against my will, you're right. Lila, will you please tell these two quacks to leave me alone?
Now, Edward, stop behaving like a baby. You know you must go in to have your throat checked.
But I'm telling you, it's nothing but a simple sore throat.
All right, fine.
Now-
If it's just a simple sore throat, then we'll go to the hospital, you'll get medication, and then you'll come back, and you'll be bellowing just like you always do.
I do not bellow.
Father, please, will you take it easy? Stop talking at least until Dr. Newman sees you, all right?
Don't be frightened, darling. Would you like me to come with you?
No, who's frightened? Now, look, I don't want you to come out in the cold. I'm sure I'll be home within an hour.
Here you go.
Monica, if you're so worried about me, why don't you go down and get that nun out of the gatehouse and tell her to come up here and take care of me?
Maybe we'll
let her earn her keep.
We'll do that. We'll do that when you get back from the hospital. We'll have a look after you, okay?
Yes, and when she gets back from Canada, you're
I
going to
didn't
need
know
this.
she's gone, dear.
Yes, she has. She had to leave for a few days. There's a death in the family. You got it?
Hat,
Here's your hat.
we're off.
Okay, let's
Here we
go.
go.
Come on.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Here, Mom.
Duke, before Anna comes down, I beg you to do as I asked. Take Anna away from here as soon as possible before there's trouble.
I'm not arguing with you on that, Janet. I personally don't want to stay here any longer than is necessary.
Is Anna refusing to go?
Well, she's not exactly anxious. You know, she's become very curious about what happened here 4 years ago.
That's why it's even more important that you take her away. Camelia's mental state is fragile. She
I know
cannot
that.
be subjected to another incident like the one we had last night.
I know that. I'll do what I can.
There's a flight out of Lorient at noon. Try to convince Anna to take it with you.
Good morning.
Good morning, darling.
Good morning.
Did I interrupt something?
No, of course not. Please.
Janet, I want to apologize for last night. I'm sorry if I upset Camellia.
She's easily upset in her condition.
What is her condition?
She is still emotionally fragile, Anna.
Well, I'm sorry. And if she's up, I would like to speak to her. I'd like to have a talk.
She went out. She went out early this morning.
Out? Well, did she say where?
Just for a walk. She said she had an important decision she had to think about.
Perhaps she's considering returning to the convent.
I don't know. I pray she does make up her mind to go back. And to forget the past.
I want to do something first.
What?
Come here. I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to take a ride in the canoe.
No, you
Yes.
Please, come here.
Oh, we won't get wet, will we? Come on.
No, you're done, right? We won't get
Please,
wet.
please,
We're not
please,
going
please,
in the
please,
canoe.
Please, please,
No,
It'll be
no,
fun.
no, I don't care.
It'll be fun. We'll go across the pond. You'll love it.
You're all the excitement I need.
Do you mean that?
Yes, I mean that. You're the most exciting woman I've ever met. And you have enchanted me.
How?
Oh, you know it, you vixen.
I love you, Duke. Camellia! Abigail, go away. I don't want you here. Duke, never mind her. Come on. Don't listen to her.
What's the matter with you? Why are you being so rude?
She's a witch. She only tells a
I
nice
know all your dreams and wishes, my child. Come back to my cottage.
No.
If you come back with me and do as I tell you, all your dreams can come true.
she won't.
I'm not sure. I must go.
Stairs and see the baby?
Why, you certainly can, but don't get too close to her, because I don't want you catching her flu, all right?
I will.
Okay, bye. Well, the baby's fever has been down, so I think Robin's pretty safe. Here, let me take that for you.
Thanks. Oh, Robin's going to be fine. She's very healthy. Tanya, is everything all right with Barbara? There haven't been any complications.
Don't worry, she's just fine. She just had a little intestinal flu. Now, come on in, sit down and talk to me. You know, as a matter of fact, babies are a lot tougher than you think. And from now on, I've decided I'm not going to get crazy every time Barbara has a little cough or something. You'll see, same thing will happen.
No, actually, I won't.
What are you going to be, an hysterical mother all your life?
Doesn't look like I'm going to get to be a mother.
What do you mean?
It's off. The entire surrogate mother program is off.
Wait a minute, what happened?
Gretchen changed her mind, and she decided that she doesn't want to go through with it. She and her fiancé made up again, and they're getting married, and she's moving to Paris.
Oh, Bobby, when did you find out about this?
Last night, she came over to the hospital to tell me.
But contractually, you can hold her to that contract, can't you?
Well, I suppose I could try, but do I really want a woman carrying a child for me against her will?
No, absolutely not. Does Jake know about this yet?
No. He called, and I tried to tell him, and I didn't have the heart. And then I stayed up all night last night, trying to decide if I should call him and tell him while he's away, or if I should wait and tell him when he gets home.
Oh, Bobby, I know. I know how much this meant to both of you to have this baby.
Jake's gonna be real disappointed. And I feel like I've let him down.
You didn't let him down. This just happened, Bobby, and he is gonna understand. You know what you do? You find another surrogate mother, and you get started again.
Oh, Tanya. I don't know if I have the heart to do this again. And quite frankly, I don't know if Jake and I can take another disappointment.
Listen, you should call Philomena and tell her to come down and take Robin, because right now you're gonna need that time.
No. Actually, you know, taking care of Robin has been very good for me right now. If it weren't for her, I'd be really on a bummer. I need her. And I promised Anna I'd look after her till she gets home.
When does she get home?
I'm not really sure. Angus's funeral was yesterday, so I guess he'll be back soon.
Thank you. Oh, wow. This looks delicious.
It was lovely, thank you.
Welcome. I'll make us another pot of coffee.
You're angry with me, aren't you?
I'm not angry.
Oh, yes, you are. Tense and so distant.
It's not your fault. It's this place. We'll be fine when we get back home.
What is it about this place?
You know.
I don't know. That's what's driving me crazy. The longer I stay here, the more confused I become.
Do me a favor, and I'll even begin to try to puzzle it out.
I have to. What is that old woman, Abigail? What does she mean?
What are you listening to that old crone for? She's a foolish old woman.
Well, she may be, but she's incredibly insightful. She told me about my entire relationship with Robert. Things that she could never have known in a million years.
Okay, so she made very lucky guesses.
No, she knew. And you know what frightened me? She said that you weren't right for me, and she said that our future wasn't going to be good.
Oh, please.
Why would she say something like that? I don't know what she means.
Don't listen to her, huh? Please.
And Camellia, why was she so upset when I asked her about 4 years ago? If she doesn't remember, why does she react so violently?
Oh, she remembers some things. It's the fear of remembering all that upsets her. But don't probe Anna, please.
I don't see how that woman can be so right about the past, so wrong about the future.
listen to me. We're leaving here today. We're going back to Port Charles. I'm not going to have this place ruin our happiness.
What about Camellia? You've got this sister now. Sure you want to get to know her.
She's going back to the convent. It's better that way.
And your aunt? You and Camellia are all the family she has now. Angus is dead. Can't walk away from her very easily.
She wants us to go.
And stay here on her own?
She'll be fine, Anna. Hey. Don't you believe you're the most important thing in my life? Don't you believe in our love? Hmm? So I want to leave here. Get back and start living our life. Don't you want that?
I want that. I want that more than anything.
Okay. If we move quickly, we can pack, you know, and get the noon flight to Port Charles.
Okay.
Duke, one of the staff was coming back from town. She saw Camellia going into Abigail's cottage.
When?
Only a short time ago.
Don't follow me. I'll be back.
What is this? Why was he so upset?
That woman is dangerous.
You mean she'd hurt Camellia?
She could cost her her sanity. You remember this? I had given it to you to work, and when you left with a stranger, you forgot to take it.
Yes, I remember. It's only after that I forget.
I know, my child. Everything will become clear to you, as it is to me. And all the pain and suffering of those 4 long years will be gone. And you'll see a life ahead, a wonderful life you never thought possible.
How could a simple piece of cloth do something like that?
You'll see. Just fill in the symbols and you'll see. I'll help you begin.
Edward, you're not going anywhere until Dr. Newman examines you, so you might as well just sit down and behave yourself.
What is this? A senior member of the staff keeping banker's hours?
Well, I have an hour between patients, so I thought I'd go home and check on my baby. Is that all right?
Oh, I suppose that's all right. Give that little angel a kiss for me, will you?
I will. So how's it going on the medical van?
Oh, we just finished a 10-hour shift in on beats.
And this weather has us hopping with patients on the waterfront, Tony.
Do you mean to tell me that you two haven't been home since Tanya and I got in from New York last night?
Not yet.
And I'm definitely ready to catch some Z's.
What's Edward doing here?
You know, I don't know, but he doesn't look that hot, does he?
No.
Dr. Eaton, please call the 6th floor nurses station.
Hello, everyone. What are you doing here, Edward?
Buzz, you're just the man I want to see. As the chairman of the board of this hospital, I demand to know why I'm being kept waiting. It's as if I was one of your charity cases.
Buzz, Edward is here to see Dr. Newman, who happens to have an emergency at the moment.
Dr. Newman, what's the problem?
There is no problem. I have a simple sore throat, that's all. You would think that one of these 2 quacks would be able to fix me up just
Would
fine.
you kindly not refer to us as quacks? It's undignified.
Edward, I am sure that Dr. Newman is going to see you in a few minutes. I just saw him in the co-ed lounge, all right? I'm going to go home. I'll see you in an hour.
Say hi to Tanya and the baby.
Well, how do you like that? I could be dying out here, and Newman is lollygagging up in the co-ed lounge.
Oh, dying, is it, Edward? I thought it was just a simple sore throat.
That's not the problem. The problem is that I'm being kept waiting. You doctors are all alike. No one's time is valuable but your own.
You don't stop talking, I'm going to have you gagged.
I'd like to see you try.
Would you like a magazine to read?
You're going to have
Mr.
to
Quartermain?
excuse him, Buzz. I'm sure that his behavior is due to his nervousness over the examination.
You think it's something serious?
I don't know, but I think it's serious enough for him to see a specialist.
We have this morning's paper if you'd rather.
No, young man. I don't want a magazine or a newspaper or a cup of tea or anything else. All I want is to have all of you leave me alone and not treat me as if I were a little old lady. Next thing you know, you'll be wanting me to take up knitting.
Finish the needlepoint, my child. Fill in all the symbols and they will tell you who you really are.
Abigail, I am a novice. I'm going to be a nun. My beliefs are spiritual, not mystical. I have nothing more to do with this nonsense.
You can run away from everyone else, but not from me. If you think you can hide behind your habit and forget the curse you've been under for 4 long years, you're wrong.
What curse? What do you know about that night 4 years ago? You know what happened, don't you? Tell me.
I cannot. Only you can discover the truth. And only with this can you do it.
What the hell's going on in here?
Duke.
Rita, come away from here. Come away from her.
Your father spoiled you all your life. He gave you everything you ever wanted, and you can have that again.
Don't you listen to her. You stop this. You stop trying to confuse her. You're trying to turn her mind. Don't believe one word she says.
Take it, my child. Do as I say.
No, you get rid of this. Come with me.
You'll be back, Camellia. You'll be back.
I love Jake very much, and I know how badly he wants a child of his own. You think I'm being obsessive just because I can't get pregnant, because I want to be the one to give him a child of his own?
It's possible, Bobby. The important thing to remember is that you're bringing this baby into the world for all the right reasons. Now, there's lots of parents that wait for years and years just to get pregnant, and you have to decide if you want to wait.
Look, I know I'm too impatient. I know that a baby isn't going to magically solve all of our problems.
That's right. If you have any problems to solve, you better solve them before you bring a child into this world. Because as soon as you do, you have another human being to look after, and it will take up all your time and all your energy.
I'm real sorry that you and Tony are having such a rough time right now. Did your time in New York help any?
Bobby, it was the best idea you ever came up with. We had a wonderful time, even though it was just for one night.
Amy's giving Barbara a bath.
Oh, and you didn't want to stay and watch?
Well, she was splashing me all over, but I could tell that she loved my get well present.
I knew she would. That was so sweet of you to bring that over to her.
Hello, I'm home.
Hi, honey, we're in here. I wonder what he's doing home so early.
Don't say anything about Gretchen, okay?
No, I won't. Not if you don't want me to mention it.
I don't want anybody else to know until I tell Jake.
Okay. So what are you doing home? Are you checking up on me?
Well, no, but that's not a bad thought. You know, I've seen that mailman. He's too good looking for my
The
taste.
mailman? I'm
Yeah.
going to have to check him out. What a wonderful surprise.
Thought it would be. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Robin. How you doing?
Fine. I brought Barbara a get well present.
You did? How's my little princess?
She is obviously okay.
And Robin said she's having a splashing time in the tub.
Well, then that means she's feeling better.
She is, and she's going to feel even better when she sees her father home at this hour.
Oh, Bobby, that's what's so great about having kids. They're always happy to see you.
Well, I have a feeling BJ isn't the only one who's happy to see you home.
Absolutely not. To what do I owe this honor, Anthony, my love?
Well, I had a break between patients, and I thought I'd just come home and see if the home fires are burning.
Well, you know that I can always get them started.
I know you can.
Do you get the feeling these two should be doing this in private?
I'm sorry. I only have a few minutes. I apologize. Is my daughter upstairs?
Yes, she is. And you know what? Her fever has been down since last night, so I think she's going to be okay.
Good. I don't have to act like a doctor. I can act like a daddy.
No, absolutely not. And listen, do you want me to make you some breakfast?
You know,
I didn't get a chance this morning, so...
I'd love it, but I really can't. I want to get back to the hospital and check on Edward Quartermain.
Okay.
Edward? Is he sick?
You know, I'm not really sure. Alan and Monica brought him in to meet with Dr. Newman.
What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
You're pacing.
Well, so what?
You that worried about my father?
Aren't you?
Yes, I am, but he's my father.
Well, he's my father-in-law. Doesn't that give me any kind of right to be worried?
Yes, it does. I'm just a little surprised, that's all.
And what kind of crack is that?
What do you mean, crack?
What do you mean by that?
All I mean is that you haven't exactly been buddy-buddy over the years, so I'm a little surprised at the extent of your concern, that's all.
Boy, you really do have a low opinion of me, don't you?
I don't have a low opinion. I have a very high opinion of you, as a matter of fact.
You couldn't possibly. Look, the man lives in my house. He happens to be grandfather to my child. Well, wait a minute. Am I considered part of the family, or am I not?
Yes, you are considered part of the family. All I said was I was a little surprised over the extent of your concern.
Well, I am very surprised that you are surprised, and I'm ashamed that you are surprised.
All right.
Ellen,
will you come in, please?
Yeah. Sure.
I see no reason to beat around the bush. Your tentative diagnosis was correct, Alan. Your father has polyps on his vocal cords.
Polyps? What's that? Little cysts, right?
Yes, that's right.
What is your recommendation?
I think we should get them out as soon as possible. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
I've scheduled OR for 9 o'clock.
OR? You contemplating surgery?
That's right.
Wait a minute. Isn't there some medication, some less radical treatment to begin with?
We can treat the infection with drugs, Mr. Quartermain, but those polyps have got to come out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Alan, you're just going to stand there? This man wants to cut my throat.
Edward, this man is a doctor. He happens to be the best specialist that we have. If he says the polyps have to come out, let's get them out and be done with it all, okay?
She's absolutely right, Father.
I think we should admit him right away. We have to do blood count. We've got to do a complete physical.
Will you please stop talking about me as if I'm not in the room? How serious are these polyps?
Hopefully not serious at all. We'll remove some tissue. We'll send it down to the lab while you're on the table, and we'll see what we've got.
And likely it is going to be benign.
Benign?
Yes.
That means non-malignant?
Right.
Correct. And if that's the case, you'll be out here in a few days.
Well, what if that's not the case?
If they're malignant, we'll have to remove the larynx.
The larynx? Is he saying I won't be able to talk?
Edward, that is just a remote possibility.
No, I won't have it, that's all. I'd rather die than be incapacitated that way.
Don't say that.
Look, I'm going to go call Lila, all right?
No, I don't want her to worry.
She is going to worry anyway, Edward.
I have to get some consent forms for you, so why don't you meet me up on the 6th floor?
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Helen, are you certain surgery is the only way?
Listen, I trust Dr. Newman implicitly. I wouldn't have even suggested you come and see him unless I thought so.
I don't want you to get your mother in a tizzy about this. I don't want her worrying unnecessarily.
Mark, I'm sure you are aware Edward has a heart condition. I wonder if it'd be all right with you if I monitor the surgery tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Father, please try not to worry. You've never smoked. There's no reason for you to think this is going to turn out to be anything serious.
Maybe we should get another opinion.
Father, if I thought another opinion was necessary, I would do it. Now, Dr. Newman is a conservative doctor. Believe me, if he suggests surgery, it is the only alternative open right now. Will you please try to trust my judgment as a doctor just this once?
Good. Okay, let's just get you settled into your room, and then Ellen and I will go and we'll talk to Lila, okay?
No. Please, I don't want you to worry her. Can't we wait until tomorrow morning when we know how serious this is?
Edward, wouldn't you want to be with Lila if she were having surgery?
What?
Father, you always haven't been completely honest with Mother, and I think that in this particular instance, you've got to tell her the whole truth.
How are you feeling now? Are you sure? You haven't said a word since we left the Crown's cottage. What did that dreadful woman say to you?
She said something wonderful, Duke. For the first time, I feel hopeful.
What do you mean? Hopeful about what?
About us.
Camellia, don't.
Please, let me speak. I know that you're upset and worried that she might have said something to me about our secret.
Now, what did she say to you?
She told me that everything was going to work out. She said that all my dreams were going to come true.
Yeah, well, I'm almost afraid to ask you what those dreams are.
You don't have to ask. You know.
Now, don't you talk like this. It isn't right.
You love me, Duke.
Yes, of course I love you. I love you as a sister.
Yes. Now I'm going to talk to my soon-to-be sister-in-law.
What do you want to say to Anna?
I want to apologize for my outburst last night and to say goodbye.
Goodbye? How did you know we were leaving?
I just assumed. Father's buried. There's nothing left for you in Lorleon, is there?
No. There's nothing.
Good. I don't want Anna leaving here feeling guilty about me, do you understand?
General Hospital will continue in a moment.
Just gotta stay real aware of it. When we break it, we've got to do it real gentle.
I'm gonna barge in and say, hey, Lila, you know Edward's gonna have his throat slit tomorrow morning.
Edward, is that you?
No, Mother, it's me and Monica. Gently, Monica, gently.
Will you give me some credit, please?
Hi, Lila. Oh, my dears, isn't Edward with you?
Father's got to have surgery in the morning.
That's good, Helen.
Surgery? For a sore throat?
I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't mean to blurt it out.
Alan is upset. Naturally, he is. But it's nothing to worry about, really.
Well, what's wrong with him? Why are they operating?
Well, Alan was right. He does have polyps on his vocal cords.
And Dr. Newman wants to remove them tomorrow.
Yes, he does. In fact, he wants to do the operation about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But there is no reason to be worried. The likelihood of it being, well, it's going to be benign.
You're both very dear, but I know you too well. Now tell me, just how serious is this condition?
We're not going to know that until tomorrow.
But it could be serious.
Yes, it could be serious.
Give me the bottom line. And Alan, please don't give me any of that stupid medical double talk.
The bottom line is, Mother, that if the cysts prove to be malignant, they're going to have to remove his larynx.
That is just a remote possibility. Just a remote possibility, Lila.
It's all right, Monica. I was just thinking what it would be like never to hear Edward blustering and shouting his orders again at me.
It's not going to happen, believe me.
I certainly hope not. In spite of all the headaches he's given me over the years, I certainly would miss all the noise he could make.
So would we all.
Well, I'll go up and pack his bag.
There's no reason for you to go to the hospital today, Mother. He's having tests.
No. Alan, your father has stood by me for 40 years. The least I can do is to be there for him today.
It's one hell of a lady.
Yes, she is, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, hi, come in.
Anna, has Duke come back yet?
No, I haven't seen him.
I thought perhaps I'd missed him.
Camellia not back yet?
No.
Look, I'm sure Duke found her at Abigail's cottage. He'll bring her back.
But why did Camellia go there in the first place? She knows that woman is nothing but trouble.
What trouble has she caused?
It would take too long to explain, Anna. But she's a meddlesome old fool, and she should be locked up somewhere.
Anna, Jack, we're home.
Thank goodness. Duke, we're up here. Is Camellia with you?
I'm right here, Aunt Janet. What, were you worried?
Yes, I was. You've been gone for hours.
Where's Anna?
I'm in here. I'm packing.
Oh, you are? Good. We don't have long before we have to be at the airport.
Darling, are you sure you're all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, you went to see Abigail, didn't you? I just hope she didn't say anything crazy, anything to upset you.
No, she's just a harmless old woman. I'm fine, really.
You're sure? Mm-hmm. I think you should go lie down, and then later you can tell me everything she said.
Well, she told me a lot of things, but I really don't have time to tell you right now. Anna and Duke are leaving. Right, Anna?
Yes, 12 o'clock plane.
I'd like to talk to you before you go. Duke knows. It's all right. I only want to get to know my future sister-in-law a little bit better.
Sweet.
You know, I'm really sorry about last night.
No. Please, don't apologize. It was my fault. I overreacted. You have to go back today?
Yeah, we do. Robin needs me, and I have a job to do. You think you're going to be all right?
Oh, yes.
Well, you and Janet are very close.
Well, yeah, she's my aunt. But she's been more like a mother to me. She's taken care of me ever since I was born.
It's going to be very difficult for them to go back to the convent, after all. She's going to be lonely here.
I may not go back.
You having second thoughts about becoming a nun?
Anna, that's why I want to talk to you. I know that we haven't known each other very long, and I feel like I can be honest with you, though.
Of course you can.
And I can trust you, can't I?
Absolutely. What is it?
I've never really been sure in my heart that I wanted to be a nun. I went to the convent because Father wanted me to, and because I just had nowhere else to go. I realize now that I was lost.
How terrible for you.
No, you mustn't feel sorry for me. At the time, it was a very good thing. The sister saved my sanity.
Camelia, whatever happened to you must have been horrible. You don't remember anything, do you?
No. No, I just remember being alone. I thought that the sisterhood was all that I had left for me.
Now you feel differently, right?
You've changed my life, Anna.
Me?
You and Duke. I never knew that I had a brother, and then I learned the truth. You've both been so kind to me. I realize now that there's an outside world, and I haven't discovered it. I'm having second thoughts because I want to know more about that world.
Come here. Sit down. Come on, quick. Now, you listen to me. If you are having second thoughts about your vocation, then you mustn't go back.
Well, I don't know. I do have doubts, but I'm not sure.
You have so many alternatives. So many. You can stay here. You can make a decision here. Or you can come back to Port Charles with us.
Well, I don't think I could stay here. This place will always remind me of my father.
All right, then. Port Charles. You'll love the city. And we're the only family you have now. Robin and me and Duke.
How could I impose?
It wouldn't be an imposition. We can ask Janet, too, if she wants to come. She can come visit.
I don't know what to say. Are you sure that Duke would want me?
Of course he would. He's your brother. Besides, as I understand it, you two have neither had much time to get acquainted.
Well, this is a very difficult decision. Are you sure that Duke wouldn't object to my being with you while I made up my mind?
No, absolutely not. He would love it, and I would too, and so would Robin. It would be wonderful. Please say you'll come. Please.
Hello, darling.
Oh, Lila. Alan, I thought I told you not to drag your mother in here.
Edward, Lila insisted on bringing your pajamas and your robe down for you.
Well, that wasn't necessary, because they've given me one of these silly nightgowns. Without a back, I might add. You know, you'd think a quality hospital could provide something decent for its patients.
There, you see, it was necessary. I knew you'd be miserable in a hospital gown.
Oh, thank you, darling.
How are you, my dear?
Well, not sick enough for surgery, I'll tell you.
Oh, Alan, could you lower the bed a little so that your father would be more comfortable?
Here, come sit down, Mother.
There. Is that better?
Yes, thank you, dear.
You're going to be all right, you know.
I'm sure I am. And I don't want you to worry.
Well, this is one time that you're not going to get what you want, my love. I shall worry, just a little.
Lila, I'm afraid.
I know, dear. So am I.
It's just that everything happened so suddenly. I didn't have time to prepare anything.
Prepare what?
Well, you know, I wanted to prepare my papers and do all the things that you intend to do someday before you...
Edward Quatermain, I will not have you talking about dying. You've been at my side for 40 years, and I have no intention of losing you now, especially when it's starting to be fun.
Oh, it's just starting to be fun, huh?
Well, that's not quite right, is it? We've had some wonderful times together.
Oh, yes, we have. We've also had some terrible times, huh?
We managed to survive them, and we shall survive this, too.
You know, I've done a lot of brilliant things in my life, but the smartest thing I ever did was to marry you.
Oh, and I'm so very, very glad that you did.
Hello, Mrs. Quatermain. I have to get your signature on some of these consent forms.
Doctor, will you please tell my husband not to worry? He's going to come out of this fine, isn't he?
I have every reason to believe he will.
Yeah.
There you are.
Thanks. Now get a good night's rest, and I'll see you in the morning.
Lila, darling, while I can still talk, I want you to know how much I love you.
Oh, my darling. I plan to hear you say those words for many, many years to come.
Hello?
Hi. What did Camellia want to talk to you about?
We want to tell you together. She'll be down in a minute.
Tell me what together.
I promised her I'd wait.
Camellia says you and she have something to tell us of.
Yes, we do, don't we? As you know, we had a very long chat and, well, because Camellia is uncertain about going back to the convent.
Not go back.
What are you going to do instead?
This is your home, Camellia.
I can't stay here, Aunt Janet.
So she's coming back to Port Charles with us, Duke. Until she decides whether she wants to take the veil or not.
To stay with us?
Mm-hmm.
I told Anna that I didn't want to impose. Of course, if you don't want me,
Tell her. She won't be imposing. Tell her, darling. And Janet, you're welcome to come and stay too if you want.
I'm stunned. I don't know what to think. Camellia, are you really undecided? You've devoted 3 years to your calling.
I'm not sure it is a calling, Aunt Janet. It would be unfair to go back while I'm so undecided.
Would you both mind waiting outside? I'd like to talk to Anna alone.
Of course.
Have you lost your mind?
What?
What do you mean by telling Camellia she can come stay with us?
What do you mean?
I don't understand this change of heart.
I don't understand, darling.
I mean, last night you were convinced that Camelia's secret was going to destroy our happiness. Now suddenly you're asking her to come and live with us?
Oh, she's your sister, darling. She's the only family you've got.
No, she is not. You and Robin are my family, Anna.
Oh, please. I thought you'd be happy. I thought you'd wanted to come and stay.
This will not work. I'm
Why?
sorry.
Why?
It will not work. We have to start a new life together. I don't even know how I'm going to earn a living. I cannot even support you and Robin.
But it doesn't matter. It's only going to be for a short while. Anyway, she's financially independent. She's a nurse. She can work at General Hospital.
Yeah, and what about us? I mean, you and I. Don't we get to spend some time alone together?
Oh.
I don't get this.
I don't get you. I don't understand what you're talking about. Last night you were furious with me because I couldn't understand your love for her. And now you're furious with me because I want to bring her into our lives. I mean, what is it that suddenly happened to make you change your mind? Don't you love your sister? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
Well, then what are we quarreling about?
Father's coming home tomorrow. I can't wait for him to meet you.
Oh, well, I just hope he likes me.
He'll adore you. I adore you.
Oh, and what if he doesn't?
He will. I know he will. And then he's going to give his permission for us to marry. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together, aren't we?
The rest of our life.
Duke.
Yeah.
Hi. I'm just started you. All right?
Yes, I'm fine. I cancelled reservations on today's flight. We're booked on tomorrow with Camellia.
I just spoke to her. She's not coming with us.
She's decided to go back to the convent?
No. She's going to stay here until she makes up her mind. She says she has some things to take care of.
What things?
Oh, I don't know. We didn't go into details. They're obviously very important to her there. It's the way for you.
Thank you.
Come in, my child.
You knew I'd be back.
Yes, I knew. For this. Take it and work quickly. The key to all your dreams is in this canvas.